Hello guys. Now this week I've been doing a little thinking about gender representations. What? Seriously, I have. Well, even if you don't believe me, I've come across something quite interesting. Now, I may be quite late on this, but it's something called the Bechdel test. Anyone who doesn't know about it, I'd advise you go check it out. I've left the link in the description. What this is a very simple test that you can put mainstream films through that determines how Hollywood views female characters, and how writers treat them in general. This is a very feminist thing, so it's going to seem kind of odd coming from me. Now, to pass the Bechdel test, a film must meet three very simple requirements. 1, it must involve at least 2 female characters in the plot. 2, there must be at least one conversation between these female characters. And 3, this conversation must be about something other than a man. Now, if you take a look at the films listed on here, it's surprising how many don't meet all the requirements, and how many straight up fail. Now, some films that don't include any women could be forgiven because, well, female characters simply aren't included in their premise. Some war films, for example. But what really stands out are films that do include women, but always have them subordinate to men. In some ways it seems more disrespectful to have a female character whose only place in the plot is justified by her relationship to the male lead, than having no female characters at all. And this is still going on all the time. Seriously, check out any big budget action movie that's coming out and do this test for yourself. Now, as profound and revealing as the test was, I did find a few problems with it. Now, what I'm about to say is in no way sexist. Seriously, I love being in my kitchen, making my own sandwiches. It seems weird to brand every film that doesn't pass this test as misogynistic. As I've said, a war film that's trying to be historically accurate would have to put just as much effort in to appease this test. A film like Saving Private Ryan focuses intensely on a particular platoon in the American Army in a time when only men were called up. Now, if you want to call them sexist pigs, find something else to justify it, not this test. Another problem was that there are loopholes. I tried to think of one particular film that really objectifies a single female character who plays no role in the plot. Transformers. Megan Fox is like an ironing board with boobs in that. So I looked it up, and believe it or not, it's actually passed. On the grounds that in one shot, Sam's mum tells Megan Fox that she looks gorgeous. Michael Bay and Megan Fox perfectly meeting feminist culture and demands? Really? It kind of shows that if a screenwriter really wanted to pass this test, they wouldn't have to go out of their way to do so. Bella steps out of her house and remarks to the postwoman what a beautiful day it is. Then goes to see her vampire boyfriend, who's the only thing that gives her life meaning. We are all truly equal. I came to the conclusion that the Bechdel test is a good way to determine how female characters are neglected when it comes to screenwriting, but not necessarily the best way to point out glaring sexism in any film. Maybe that wasn't what it was for in the first place. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Anyway, that's all for now, and I'll be back with something hopefully just as insightful next week.